Good everyone, good morning. We're continuing the halachot of Brit Mila. So it's a very important thing, very chashuv thing to eat at the Seudat of a Brit Mila. And actually, if a person is invited, it's so important that if a person is actually invited to a Seudat Brit Mila and rejects it, then it's not a good thing. And therefore, when a person has a Brit Mila, he should not invite people, but rather let them know. Because once it's something personal, I want to invite you, and you're kind of like stuck. And if you don't go to the Seudat Brit Mila, it's not a good thing. So that's why it's called, we let people know that there's a Seudat. Now we mentioned that meat is ideal, and a Seudat Brit Mila, meat can be done even during the 9 days. And for the three Baalei Simcha of a Brit, which is the father, the Sandak, and the Mohel, they could eat meat all day during that day, during the 9 days. Now there's no Tahanunim on the day of the Brit Mila, Shachrit, prior to the Brit. Even if the Brit's going to be later in the day, Shachrit, prior, there's no Tahanunim. And there's no Tahanunim for Mincha as well, for the Mohel, Sandak, and the Avi Ben, whichever the minyan they're in. Meaning they do Shachrit in the morning, then they do, the Brit's going to be here, so of course there's no Tahanun. But what about Mincha? He's in his office, 2 p.m. He was a Sandak that day. There's no Tachanunim. You got to pass, exactly. And if you guys were here last night, we had to pass because we had a Chatan here, so we had no Tachanun yesterday. Okay, so some have the custom that if there was a Brit in a shul in the morning, then any subsequent minyan in that shul that day also have no Tachanunim because there is a simcha that happened in that shul. So there is a minhag like that. There's an even further minhag, which is not applicable today, but they say that the entire city would be no tachanun. Now, that means we never ever say tachanun because there's always Brit Milah, Baruch Hashem, living in a big city. But that was at a time when there was villages, so like everyone felt the simcha. And that's the whole thing over here. When there's a time of simcha, so it's not a time to mention sin because it's sadness sin. So when it was a time that people lived in small villages, so Brit Milah was a big thing. Then there was room for that minhag. I don't know if everyone knows, but it's my brother would be open with it. My brother Yehuda Allen, he was actually born mahul. He was born circumcised, which is a pretty great thing. And Rabbi Avodah Yosef therefore writes that he was born circumcised. It's I think statistically 1 in 100,000. And it's pretty cool. Moshe Rabbeinu, a lot of very important people, and what? So there's no Brit Milah, but there's Hatafat Dam Brit, where they have to prick the Brit Milah, and some blood comes out, and that's it. So therefore, Rabbi Avodah Yosef writes that on the day of the Hatafat Dam Brit, that's kind of like the Brit, and therefore also there's no Tachanunim that day for in the shul or for the father, etc. That's that for today. Mincha at 7:10. Have a good day, everyone.